I started off my college career at the University of Oklahoma. I lived in Oklahoma City my whole life, and so I was about 30 minutes from OU. However, when I got there, it wasn't the college experience that I was expecting. I wasn't making a lot of friends, I wasn't enjoying my classes, and so I knew something was missing and I had to fix it. So, about 1 month into the first semester of college, I decided that to look into other schools to transfer. And I kept coming back to one school in particular, and it was Creighton. I was choosing between Creighton and OU for my final decision, and I kind of went with OU just because it was familiar and it was safe to me. So, my dad took me to visit Creighton in May of 2015. When I got to campus, it was lively and it was welcoming, and I felt like already part of I was already part of the community, even though I didn't go there. That's how people treated me, and I liked it a lot. But it was so far away that I didn't want to like it as much as I did. And so, right when I was walking in to talk to the admissions counselor, my dad and I stopped by the Torch right outside Harper, right outside the Harper Center. And we looked at it and it just said, "Go set the world on fire." And that was kind of a sign for me. So when I was riding home and thinking about it, I kept thinking about that that inspirational that inspirational quote on the Torch, and I kept coming back to that. And then when I got home, I just decided. I told my parents. I said, I want to go to Creighton. I want to be a part of something like that. That community, that awesome feeling that I got when I was there. And so they moved me in August, and on my very first day, my first class was Justice and Diversity in Education. I was a beginning, I had just changed my major to a minor in secondary education with a focus in English. And I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't really know what I wanted to teach. And so I kind of just went to English because I thought, hey, I can teach English. And so my first class was an education class, and I loved it. And the very first thing I learned was Ignatian charisms, and the one that stuck out to me most was education of the whole person. I believe that that's so important. When we think of school, we think of books and facts and history and math and science and English, but we don't think about how it shapes us, our total self. And so I thought that was awesome, and I was so excited after my first class. And then I went to my English class, and I didn't get that same excitement. I wasn't passionate about it. I felt like I had to be there rather than I wanted to be there. And so I called my advisor, kind of stressing out, and I didn't know what to do. And so I went in and talked to him, and he asked me what I was passionate about. And I told him I want to teach. I loved high school, and I loved my teachers, and I want to do something like that, but I don't have a specialty that I'm really good at or that I love learning about. And he told me that I should just focus on a major that I really love to learn about and that I want to be better at and that I think will suit me in the future. And so I told him, I said, I find it so fascinating how people interact, and I want to be better at communicating with people. And so I decided to major in communications. And I asked him, does that make sense if I major in communications and minor in secondary education? And and he told me that I should do whatever makes me happy, and I did. And so the next day I was excited to learn. I went to my communications classes, and I really loved them. And so I kept coming back to how I was learning so much more than just classes. In my first year at Creighton, I learned how I grew socially. I went to OU and I knew everyone, and it was all. I didn't have to branch out. I didn't have to socialize because I already had my group of friends. And when I was at Creighton, it made me branch out. It made me want to socialize, and meet new people and learn about them, have them learn about me, and it was just an awesome experience. I made so many friends in my first year at Creighton. And then by my junior year, I was being challenged more intellectually. I was taking more of my major classes, and then I was also taking some theology classes. Creighton being a Catholic school, we were required to take a theology and philosophy course. I took a theology class and I really, really loved it, and so I wanted to take another one and then another one. And so by the end of my junior year, going into my senior year, I decided that after I got my degree in communications, I want to get a master's in theology. And I went from my first day at Creighton, I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't know what I wanted to teach, to knowing I wanted to get a master's in theology. And I want to be able to teach about something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about my faith. And Creighton just helped me. The people and the courses I took really helped me figure out who I wanted to be. They helped me figure out that how I would set the world on fire, how to educate myself fully, and I really do believe that Creighton educated me in all facets of my life, and I'm confident that I'm qualified to do this job.